Guanshin, so for your project, can you describe the hardest part of doing your project at Green Yard?
I think the hardest part for me, when I first started, different stages of business, I have different kind of challenges. When you grow into a public listed company, you have different kind of challenges. So when I first started, as a science background student, I find really difficult to manage the business side of this business because come from a science background, I'm more on like lab, I do lab, and then but when you come to business, you need to know some sort of account, some legal, some marketing, and then how you handle your all that. Like it all something new for me and different challenges.
At first, I thought it would be a very fast-paced working environment since this is a new startup. But then I realized that Wenshin did have a different with other startup company, which is I think that she doesn't push us so harsh. Instead, she gives us a lot of time for us to have free things to do. And one thing I admire is that Wenshin is not a rigid leader. She is constantly motivated and also push us to achieve more than what we can do now. In Green Yard, we are so casual that we bring a joyful feeling while working here. So one word that we use to describe Wenshin is ambitious.
Alright, I'm super duper excited to be making used cooking oil. So, Wenshin, can you share us what are the ingredients that we're going to use, utensil, and also the process?
Yeah, so most of the utensils and the ingredients are commonly found in household. Like this is a pre-filtered used cooking oil, water, wing seal, and then mold and thermometer. This is the only thing that are not commonly found in household. This is the main chemical that you will need to use to make soap, which is called lye or sodium hydroxide. So this chemical need to be handled with care because it will release harmful fume and then it will make your skin itchy. So you will need to make sure that you wear mask and then also you wear a glove when you handle all this chemical.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the first process that you mentioned to dissolve this sodium hydroxide with water, right?
Yes.
So is there a certain amount that we have to use?
So there's a certain ratio which usually depends on the amount that you want to, how many soap you want to make, and then also it depends on what oil are you using, and then you will need to dissolve this sodium hydroxide usually with 2 to 3 times of water. So I will first add in water. Then I will add in this one. So it's actually a controlled chemical.
Oh, this is a controlled one?
Yes.
So like you cannot just like simply buy it and use it?
Yes.
Yes, you're putting in. So the ratio is around half of it? Half water, half of sodium?
Around usually the sodium and the water, usually the water I will put around 2 times, 3 times. Okay. And then dissolve it. So you can actually touch this. You can touch it's actually hot because during the chemical process it will release heat, and then also you can see some fume. So you need to make sure you are doing this on open air, and then you wear your glove and then also mask, and then please do not breathe in any of these flame.
Actually it can really smell like some chemical, and it is advisable for you to wear mask.
Yes. We let it set aside, then I will measure the used cooking oil. So today we are making around 500 grams of used cooking oil soap.
So it is already filtered?
Yes, it's already filtered.
So like you mentioned, this one is used cooking oil, right? So can you let us know like the process of collecting the used cooking oil for Green Yard?
Yeah, so we actually collect from both household and restaurant. For restaurant, we go over to collect, and then for household, we actually have collection point that they can drop their oil, and then after that, we actually filter the oil, and then we will process into different products. So, like this one is a pre-filter, and then we will show you some of the process of transforming this used cooking oil into soap bar. So we need to wait the temperature
To cool down a bit?
To cool down
So
a
it's still
bit.
very hot?
Yeah, so it's still very hot. So the temperature is around 8. So right now, yeah, the temperature is around 50 at the moment. So I will continue to mix it to the.
So what is actually happening when you mix it together?
So this process is actually called saffronification process. So it's by mixing oil with something very highly alkaline that in return becomes soap. It's a very traditional method of making soap.
So Weishin, what do we do next?
Yeah, so right now we will add in the fragrance oil or essential oil.
This what smell?
This is lavender, I guess. You can see the soap paste actually turns thicker, so this is the time that you can pour it into the mold.
Okay.
Yeah, so we put it into the mold. So after you put it into the mold, right, usually we need to cover it with towel. Because this one the process you're making is cold processed soap. So we cover it with towel, and then even if you touch it after a few hours, it will still feel hot because the chemical process is ongoing itself.
How does it take to like really dry?
It will harden actually in a day or two, but you will need to wait for maybe around 40 days before you can use it. Yeah, so the soap for today is done, and then usually we'll just cover it with towel and then keep it warm so that the process can be ongoing, and then after that around a day or two, then you will see the shape harden already. You can start to unmold and then put it at some place to air dry, and then at the same time it will help to reduce the pH.